Hello everyone, it's Richard Payton with Payton Racing. I want to do a quick video on how to update the tracks on your Mychron5 660. It's actually needed to be done because for your GPS locations uses that data on the tach when it's turned on to be able to find out what racetrack you're at. All right, so let's get started. So let me turn on the tach itself. Once you get your tach turned on, come up here to the Wi-Fi, find the tach. We're going to connect to it. In a second, you're going to see the device come up. We'll connect on it. We'll connect to the tach itself. And what I'm talking about, we're going to come over here into the settings. We're going to tracks. Just going to go look at the tracks. And what you will see is a handful of tracks that I didn't update will have this message. This track is older than what's stored on the PC. Okay? We need to get rid of that message, because if you go to eastbound Dragway, Newfoundland, man, I'm going to butcher that. I'm not even going to try. In Canada, right? The GPS data may be off, okay? Where that's used is if I come up here to the little data on number 3, as we see over here at the top, if I click on here, it knows that I was at National Trails, okay? How does it know that? It knows that because of the GPS location, okay? So what we're going to do is, if I were to go back to the home page, if I was here on the home page, that's the little home, little house icon. We want to go to the tracks. This little track symbol up here, and it'll pull up all of these tracks on the for the dragways. All right, because that's all we're worried about right now is the drag strips. So we can filter it, or you can just go and select all. If I come up here to the very top and I select right here, it's going to select 215 tracks out of all of the 5,578 available. Okay, that will do all of them across the whole board. That's easiest, most simplest. If you wanted to narrow it down even further, I can come up here to this gear and I click on it, and it'll open up a box, and I can come and say what continent do I want to be on, so on and so forth, right? I don't worry if I'm not worried about water or paved, ice, dirt, any of that. I would come over here and click that, get them all. So I'm gonna come over here to say North America. That's more than likely where I'm gonna be at. Canada, Mexico, United States. I'm only worried about drag strips. And if it wants to put in there all of the surfaces, I'm fine with that. Okay, but if you want all of them, then just select them all, and then we just do drag strips, and then you do every one of them, every country. And that'll do the whole 215. We'll hit OK. And again, so now I got all of these selected, and what it's using is looking at the time zone where that's at, right? It's based off of, has all the time data, has all the racetrack information, but also the coordinates for the track itself. Okay, so once we've done that, we'll hit transmit. So now it's going to take all this new track information and send that to your tach. Okay, it's a pretty simple process. So now I have all the updated tachs. So if I were to go to this Sydney Dragway, I know my tach's going to be right, my timestamp's going to be right, all of that. Hit OK. I'm going to go back up here to my settings for my devices. And now if I'm here back in my tracks, and you'll look, I forget where it was, but you'll notice none of them have that little red message. I thought it was somewhere in Canada that I didn't have highlighted earlier. But anyway, if I come down through here, now all of them have the latest tachs. It's good for GPS data on your tachs, especially when you want to know what track you were at, so it'll automatically fill it in for you. And that is how you update the tracks into your Mychron 5 660. Thank you and have a great day.